What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it is the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And we have another death pack to be taking a look at today. The first one was Ironhide and Prowl. And now we have the Transformers Studio Series 86 Death of Ratchet and Brawn. And, again, really kind of crazy that they decided to do these. I mean, going back and thinking about, like, kind of morbid sort of things, they made that Transformers Masterpiece movie jazz figure be able to be ripped in half. And, they've just continued on with this. Now, I'm actually kind of curious because we are getting a brand new Transformers Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Completely different figure than that Earthrise one, which I thought was a phenomenal figure. Absolutely incredible. But they're coming out with the Studio Series version, and I'm really curious. Now, they actually did take that Studio Series, or that Earthrise Optimus, and do a gray version of him. I have it. It's like his dead version. But they didn't remold anything on him. I'm really curious if they're going to take the new Studio Series 86 one and give us this kind of treatment. Because I feel like that will trigger a whole lot of people. And, I don't know how that would really kind of go over, to be totally honest. I mean, I actually do have that gray Optimus Prime. I think it was like, it was part of Earthrise or something like that. And it's like an alternate universe one. I forgot what it's called, but it's the dead Optimus Prime. So, I'm mind boggled at if they'll do that with him. But here we have Brawn, Ratchet. Most of the Autobots that we've seen kind of be killed on screen have been given to us. We are missing a Wind Charger and Wheeljack. Those actually, you know, I could see us getting those. We haven't gotten a Wind Charger figure yet, though. That would be kind of funny if they decided to do like a dead version of Wind Charger for an actual version of Wind Charger. But here we go. These guys. Now, taking a look at the box. You can see it's basically a twofer sort of situation here. I'm trying to remember. I want to say that this was $60. I don't remember the exact price, but you got an image of both Brawn and Ratchet being murdered, which is absolutely crazy. You come around on the back, you can see them in their vehicle modes, robot modes, things like that. One thing that I'll kind of touch on here is that for some reason, they are showing like the smoke and everything coming from the back of him because he's blasted and everything like that. Obviously, I had the blast effects in here, so they remolded both the head and this chest piece here. So basically, this entire section right here got remolded. I really would have liked it if they remolded this back section here to have like a smoke effect coming out, kind of like that, because that looks pretty cool, honestly. Now, coming in to take a closer look first at him, you can see that, like I said, he's got that giant hole right there. You got some damage and some paint around that area, but then you got his mouth, which is like all open and screamy kind of thing. Realistically, that's the only difference. This guy's, like, it's really kind of interesting because, I mean, the original one here had the painted windshields already, but you can see that the faces here are basically the only thing that's different, and you got the different chest. The coloring is also a little bit different. Not a lot, to be totally honest with you. This is a little bit lighter of a color across the board. This is a little bit lighter of a yellow. This is a little bit lighter of a green. But everything else is pretty much the same. These arms, instead of having this silver paint, have this nice gray paint on it, which, again, is a little bit more cartoon accurate looking. But realistically, that there's not much else that's different. The windshields are basically the same thing. It's a little bit lighter of a blue. Sorry. His gun has a silver paint on it, so they basically took the silver off of that and put it on here. But it is still molded in a black plastic. You can see the handle is still black there. So, not a lot of difference, realistically, with this guy. Like I said, I do wish that he had... I mean, I guess maybe you could, like, wedge something. No, not even real... I mean... I just kind of wish that there was a way to kind of do that, I guess. Kind of, like I said, kind of like that there. That would have been pretty darn cool. Now, when you look at Ratchet, Ratchet actually has a little bit more that's done to him, much like that Ironhide figure. Again, you got the blast effects. You do get all of those with these figures. You got, like, this section here. You can kind of create your own blast effect sort of thing, whatever kind of combination you want to do with it. Although when you have it like that, it makes it a little bit heavier and it can't really fit in there. But you get 2 of these essential things, which is kind of nice. He does come with the same guns that his previous version did. Again, coloring wise, not a lot that's really different, other than the fact that instead of the translucent plastic, now he has the actual painted section. So taking a look there, you can see that the blue right here is that translucent section, and then when you open that up, you can see the entire bit is translucent, whereas this is now molded in a white plastic. I really wish I could swap these, to be honest with you. Problem is, though, that these are all pinned, and I feel like they did that deliberately so that you can't do that. But also, like with the feet, one thing that's really kind of neat, bringing that out here so you can see it a little bit easier. The feet on the new guy have a lot more paint on it. So obviously you have the... What am I doing? No, pull that out. So you got the windshield right there, where it's got like a half windshield actually, whereas that's the full translucent bit here. But when you look at the bottom of the foot, this is where you're gonna see some pretty nice paint applications. You got the blue window on that, whereas that one doesn't have it, and then you got a nice silver bumper there, whereas that one's just white. Again, I wish I could swap that, except it's pinned on there. You got a pin going right there, which is annoying. I didn't realize that I was zoomed in there. Hopefully things weren't too terribly bad. But again, for all intent and purposes, basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter vehicle mode wise, because they were never in vehicle mode in this thing. But you got the clear bluish color here. You can kind of see like the blue paint right there, and then the head sculpt. Again, zoom it in. Come on in here. Come on. Where, can I? Is it gonna let me zoom? Why are you? There we go. So his face is normal. His is a screamy face. But basically the same. And then you can see the coloring here. So, I mean, yeah, I do like the light blue on him a little bit more. The rest of the colors are pretty much the same. Maybe, no, I can't even really tell. Doesn't look that much different, realistically. I got the little Autobot logo. You got the little, kinda, sorta, what do you call that? Red Cross logo there. They can't actually use the Red Cross logo because that's copyrighted, but the rest of them is basically the same. I have his guns on the back there. So here's the thing. These figures are perfectly fine. I actually don't mind the windows on this. Ironhide looked a little bit off, but I don't mind this nearly as much. Would I like the light blue there? Yes, absolutely. I'm glad that he's got that. But ultimately, is this set necessary? I don't really imagine a lot of people picking this set up. I mean, I did. But I think that the majority of people are just gonna want these for the most part. These are gonna be nice if you want to kind of recreate that whole space shuttle death sort of scene. It's always kind of been one of those weird things where it's like Brawn is one of the toughest Autobots ever, and one shot to his shoulder kills him. So it's always been kind of funny. I mean, at least, you know, Ratchet and Prowl, you know, it's like pew pew pew. They got blasted a couple different times, and Ironhide got blasted right like up close by Megatron. I mean, he just got blasted in the shoulder, which is kind of lame. I mean, I'm happy to have them, but I don't think that they're really necessary to have. They're kind of cool. They definitely homage a very critical point in a Transformer fan's life, witnessing the death of all these characters that they grew very much attached to, and like I said, I'm curious to see if they'll do that Optimus. I think that will be a really very curious one to see if they will do. I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest, because like I said, they've already done that gray version of them with Earthrise. I don't know, you know, and they might remold it a little bit. I mean, I would probably buy that. Yeah, I probably would, because I do have that kind of display. I have Optimus laying on a table. I have all the Autobots, you know, like Hot Rod, Perceptor, Blur, RC, Ultra Magnus. They're all surrounding him, you know, in that scene. So I don't know. I've also always thought it would be kind of cool to have. There was an episode. What was it? It wasn't the Return of Optimus Prime, the Awakening. I don't. There was an episode where they, like, the Autobots, and then they all kind of go to an Autobot mausoleum that's floating around in space, and there's different, like, graves and stuff in there. I don't know why. I would kind of like that. That would be kind of cool, and then maybe put these guys in there. I don't know. I realistically, I don't know. But there you go, guys. There's my look in the new Transformers Studio Series 86, Brawn and Ratchet, as they appeared dying in the Transformers animated movie. To my knowledge, these are exclusives to Target. So if you are looking for them, they are hitting various stores right now. So good luck. Happy hunting. As always, all your other Transformers, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store, which I'll put a link down there in the video description, where you can swing on by and check out availability on him, her, him, all those different things. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. I love you all. I appreciate you all. If you enjoyed this video, you had some fun, why not show that support by hitting that thumbs up button and giving me a like. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen.